Yesterday, I was walking through a store with my wife, and nothing special happened, but it made me think about something. I have been working in home office, sitting around my computer for roughly 10 years now, and suddenly I realized how quickly time passes by. And that actually stuck with me for a moment. Time passes faster than you think. You see, guys, I moved to Czech Republic from Jamaica back in, I think it was May 17, if I'm correct, in 2015. I was fresh out of university, didn't get a job, even though I was working in the US for about 2 to 3 summers before. And and that's while in university. But then I moved to Czech Republic trying to get a job, and it took me over 6 to 8 months to actually find a job. So I started working for a company in 2016. That's when I got my first full-time job, let's say. And 1 year become two, 2 year become five, 5 year become 10 years. And I realize how quickly time actually passes by. Sitting all day has a cost. You see, guys, and over those 10 years roughly, I've been sitting at my desk 5 days per week, whether it's an 8 hour shift or 12-hour shifts, right? And when you sit around your computer for long hours, you're like this, right? Or like this, with your hands on your computer. And most times, people who use computer a lot for longer hours, they realize they sometimes have problems, in their arm, in their, wrist, or they have problems in their arm, or they have back problems. Back problems are one of the most common issues that people develop over years. And anybody who use computer like on a day-to-day basis in their job or whatever, they can tell you that many of them can tell you, yeah, I get back problems, right? Some people get chest pain at times or like chest muscle tightening or these kind of things, you get it at times as well, and I get all of these. And not to mention, there are times when you're working and you don't get to drink so much. And not to mention, you don't get to do things that you want, like go to the gym because of work responsibilities and personal life responsibilities. If you have kids, that make it even more difficult as well, because you have to kind of prioritize everything except yourself. Sometimes it feels like that. And it's sometimes you feel like there is not enough time in a day to really do as much as you want. Sometimes you're at work and you feel like the time is just going, you have so much things to do, you can't even take a proper lunch break, you don't get to drink as enough water and all of these things, right? And you really don't get enough time to move, do the real movements that you should be doing for your health on a day-to-day basis, right? And when you develop these kind of problems and pain, guess what? You're not even making medical claims, right? And I'm gonna be honest, these are the things that I actually struggled with over the last 10 years. And for me as a person, I don't even complain. I don't even bring up these things to my company. Maybe I'll mention to my colleague that I have a back pain. I am not even the person who to take sick days too often, right? If I take a sick days because maybe I have some flu or something really knocked me down that I really can't work, right? Sometimes, people say you should really take care of yourself, your health come first. And we all know that, but we just don't take those days off and care for ourselves like we should. At least that's how I do it. I'm the person who's hardworking and I just work. Only if I sick, I will take a day. I will take a sick day. And especially now in these times when you don't really get these sick days, they have this kind of unlimited vacation that you can take. It doesn't really feel the same, right? Some people abuse it, some people don't, and I am not the person to abuse this, right? And so I really don't take those sick days for simple things such as a little cold, and especially because I work from home most of the times. If I can work normally, if I can manage during the day, I will still work. So to be honest, when you're a person who's working a full-time job, and especially if you have the ability to work from home like myself, you will feel at times that you just work even when you're not feeling at your best health, right? And that's what I do. But it's not like I'm not struggling. I'm struggling at times and I don't really complain. But I have had loads of health issues over the last 10 years, all because of sitting around my desk for long hours and just being around the computer working. The wake up call. You see, guys, I have had a wake up call, and this is one of the things that I had years ago. That's what somewhat led me to start my YouTube business on the side. While financial issues was one of the main factor, I also had a realization as well that I didn't want to spend the next 20, 25 years sitting at my desk working like this. And it's not because I hate my job. And it's also not because I'm unhappy with the job as well. It's honestly because I desire and want more control over my time and over my life, more control over how I spend my days, how I spend my time, because the time goes by so fast. And now that I have a kid, I realize how he's growing so fast. It's just something that it gives me a wake up call, and I said to myself, look how I came to Czech Republic in 2015, and now it's 2026. I'm 36 years old. 4 years time I'm 40, and then the next 10 years goes by and I'm 50. And what can I say that I did? How can I say that I am truly at the level or the state in my life that I am truly happy? Can I say that at the age of 40, 50, the previous 10 or 15 years or even 20 years of my life the way how I truly wanted? And it gave me a realization, it gave me a wake up call, because I don't want to see the next 10, 15 years just go by stuck at a desk job like this, working like this, and then wake up and like that I'm 50. It happens to a lot of people. That was my wake up call, and that was my moment that hit me really hard. Why I'm building something else? You see, God, I chose YouTube because this was something that I feel it is a platform where I can truly build something of value, that I can provide some level of service, help, and also to share just something, share something, right, with the public. It wasn't about me wanting to get rich or to be famous, even though, when you get a huge volume of audience or a lot of people that tend to come. But that wasn't the goal. The goal was that I actually see how I could use my skills of basically whatever, showing people how to do something on their computer. I thought that that was a platform that could somehow allow me to do so. And maybe at some point it would also allow me to make some money, because in truth, I did realize that I could make some money from YouTube. And I did realize that the skills that I had as a technical support guy, I could do it, record it, screen share it, or whatever, put it on YouTube. People will somehow find it useful. Not everyone, right? Because there's some people who think that they knows everything and they can actually research and do the things themselves. But there are some people out there who will definitely find the content useful, right? And so I knew that I'm going to do this and I would feel happy doing this. And I truly wanted to create something of my own. I always wanted to create something of my own and to feel, and that would really give me that satisfaction that I achieved some kind of a success because I built something of my own and not just working for someone, you know, making them get rich, right? But you get the idea. And of course, this would allow me to create some kind of uh, freedom at some point. I also wanted to say that when I just started out, I put in hours and hours and hours after work on the weekends building this, because I've recorded thousands of videos. And yes, at the beginning, it felt like another job, but because I enjoy it so much and I know that I was building this business, building this for myself, I didn't think about it too much, that it was another job. But eventually, I realized that I would use the income from my job, or let's say some money from my job, to pay editors. So I started to hire people, right? I started to get editors, then people who can help me to record, and people who can help me with channel management and all these different things. And I also started to build systems so that I can scale my YouTube business. Because the ultimate goal was not to build another job. But in the beginning, especially when you were starting on a low budget and you don't have the resources around you, you have to do this. You have to put in all the reps. You have to do all the work by yourself. And it could feel like uh, not a job, but you have to know your vision. You have to know where you're going, what you're trying to build. And so that you would kind of maybe change your mindset and not so look at it like it's another job. But the goal was really to build freedom, to create something of my own that I can scale, that could ultimately give me the lifestyle, the income that I want. And to, of course, not let me stuck at my day job for another 15, 20 years. What success means to me now. You see, guys, right now I'm achieving some success. I'm not at the level that I want, right? Or I desire to be. I look at the success levels like I am trying to achieve this here, but I am going to take it level by level. So first I have to achieve this, then I achieve this level, and I achieve that level, and so forth, right? So I kind of like break up my dream goal, or the thing that I would say this would be the ultimate dream. I break it down into small goals so that I achieve them step by step. So, well, while the first goal was to build a YouTube channel that is successful and to achieve monetization, and the next goal was to start making $500 a month, then $1,000 per month, then more, more, and goes on, right? So I break down my ultimate goal or my ultimate dream into smaller goals. And right now, success is not about driving the fancy car, having the status, having the money, and to be famous. It's not about that. And even though I can say I have a nice car at the moment, and maybe some people will think that I'm somehow successful, I really don't look at it like that, right? Because I still don't see myself as like a super successful content creator. I see myself as a person who, yes, achieve success because I've come a long way to learn things on my own and to develop, learn from my mistake, record thousands of videos. And of course, I call this a success because I can confidently say that the money that I earn from YouTube replaces my 9 to 5 job earnings. However, I didn't just quit my 9 to 5 job. I reinvest this money back into the business to build a team so that I can scale this. So this is how I actually look at it because I know that I have a long-term goal, and just replacing my 9 to 5 job earnings is not the ultimate goal. The goal is something much bigger. And I also know that I cannot do it by myself. I need a strong team behind me, with me, where we're all moving towards the same directions, the same goals in order for me to achieve the ultimate goal. And so that's where I'm at right now. That's the current success that I actually have channel that is actually earning, that is actually able to cover all my team expenses, and of course able to cover my expenses in my life for, let's say, my comfort and the things that I want, while I have my day job, which is, for taking care of lifestyle, of course monthly expenses, and of course to do a bit of a savings and stuff like that. So for me, I'm already at a success level that even if tomorrow I lose my job, it doesn't hurt me, right? It doesn't let me fall back and say, okay, I'm gonna panic, I don't have money, right? Having that extra stream of income, it is such a good feeling that, when you have problems at work at times, you have that extra income, or you have that business, you have confidence in yourself that you're not going to take crops from the people as well, because it's not like you're trying to show off, or you are trying to say I don't need this job, but you know how you feel that you have something, and you have that value in yourself. You value yourself even more. You understand what I mean? And so I also want to share what I also classify as success, things that I'm also having at the moment, and things that I'm also working towards. family time is also important. I'm already achieving this somehow, and this is because of me building my team. Before, I was spending all my evenings, most of my evenings are on the computer after my wife goes to sleep, or after I put my son to bed, and my wife will be chilling in the sofa watching some TV. I will come to my office and I would start to work. And so no, when I build a team and I have people who's also helping me to record and so forth, I can spend a bit more time with my wife in the evening. I can choose to say, okay, let's relax, let's have an evening here and there. Let's find something on Netflix that we can watch together. And let me do a bit more on the weekend. Let's make weekend plans. And so I don't have to feel that pressure that it's the weekend and I have to capitalize on these little pocket of time so that I can record something. It's already success for me because I can spend more time with my family. Another thing is health, right? I am able to think about my health a bit more. I'm able to go to the gym a bit more. And ultimately, I would like to have more time to choose how I spend my days. So while I still have the 9 to 5 job, I keep the 9 to 5 job. The ultimate goal would eventually to go full time on YouTube. Have a lot more channel monetized where I can say I can continue to scale and to grow and to do and to build a lot more while not have the 9 to 5 job. But right now, I keep the 9 to 5 job because I still value it and it's allowing me to scale. You reinvest the money that I'm making from YouTube into, I think I have about 9 channels right now, which I'm investing in, and continue to use one of my channels to reinvest and to fund all of those channels so that they can all grow to achieve monetization and to scale and to do multiple videos per day, right? So having the 9 to 5 job, I value it because it gives me that extra cushion that I can reinvest most of my money, if not all of the money that I receive from my YouTube channel to fund my other projects that I have. And so, guys, I just wanted to wrap up by saying this. If you're a person who is actually building something right now, it could be YouTube, it could be whatever business that you're trying to create, don't wait forever. You need to use the time that you have right now and get started and start building your dream. And just don't assume that you'll have more time later to do it. Think about your life now. Think about the life that you'd like to have. Think about your future and just start to create. Start to do something about it right now. There's no better time than right now because before you know it, the time is going to go by so fast and you'll realize that I didn't do what I wanted to do. And if you had started, whatever you wanted to build or create could already pick up momentum, maybe achieving some kind of success that you'll be so much happier and contented within your life. But you have to start now. And so, guys, I'm going to be honest. I'm a person who actually think long term about what I'm building. And I honestly don't think how long this is going to take because I'm not thinking short term about what I'm building with my YouTube business. I think long term because I know that I'm in this long term and I'm seeing this as a business. I don't know how long it's going to take, but if there's one thing I know is that it is worth it. And I just have to keep going every single day. I just want to take the time to share that with you. I hope that you find some value within this video and I hope that you can somehow relate to some of these challenges and just what triggered me to actually make this step and to get up and to take action and to start create a life of my dreams that I desire. And I hope that you found some value from this video. If you do, give this video a like. Let me know in the comments below about your experience. And if you're new to my channel, I'm Andrew. Feel free to hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more content just like this one. And guys, I also publish videos 3 times per week. So if you're finding value, you will be able to find my videos 3 times per week where we're speaking on things just like this. Thank you guys and looking forward to see you in my next video.